Hello everybody and welcome to Parks Bros. Drew here, and today I'm going to ask the question that I'm sure a lot of people have been wondering. Is HangTime really a dive coaster? So if you did not know, HangTime at Knott's Berry Farm opened up last year in 2018 and has been quite the success all around, with its thrilling and compact layout that packs a punch in a few different ways. It is highly regarded as one of the best coasters in California. It's also super prominent in Knott's Berry Farm's skyline, with its beautiful color scheme as well as incredible light show by KCL Engineering at night. But with the recent announcement of Emperor at SeaWorld San Diego opening next year in 2020, and that being classified as the first floorless dive coaster in California, I started thinking about whether HangTime really should be considered a dive coaster or not. It of course is billed as the first dive coaster in California and has gained a lot of popularity through that marketing. But first up, let's bring up the argument for why HangTime is a dive coaster. Now I guess by definition, a dive coaster is a coaster that suspends riders just above an incredibly steep drop using a holding brake or a holding chain in order to get a terrifying look at the ground below. Now HangTime definitely fits that description very well with its 60-degree angled track segment with a holding brake that gets your heart pumping while you look straight down at the ground before dropping on a 96-degree drop beyond vertical towards the ground. Now that all fits the common definition incredibly well, so it's definitely an argument for HangTime being a dive coaster. But in comparison to all the B&M dive coasters out there, which is a different company and is the company behind Emperor at SeaWorld San Diego, was the first to come up with this dive coaster concept while suspending riders above a very close to straight down drop or a 90-degree straight down drop. Now this is where the argument could differ and why HangTime might not be considered a dive coaster. B&M, Bolliger and Mabillard created the dive coaster with Oblivion at Alton Towers in the late 90s, and it featured a brand new track gauge as well as brand new trains from anything B&M had created in the past. With Gerstlauer, who created HangTime, used the same style of track as well as the same trains as found on a majority of their Infinity coasters. Now Infinity coasters are made to launch, use lift hills just like HangTime, and do many more things. Whereas with B&M dive coasters, those trains are specifically made for their dive machine model. And this really brings up the main argument of why HangTime should not be considered a dive coaster. It's because it is technically a different use of their Infinity coaster model. But again, jumping back to the argument for, it does fit the definition of a dive coaster incredibly well, but I'm very interested to see what you guys think. Let me know in the poll in the top right corner, do you think HangTime is a dive coaster, or do you think it was just a great marketing tactic to bring in those guests? Please let me know in the poll as well as in the comments down below, because to be completely honest with you, there are some days I definitely struggle with saying it is a dive coaster or it's not a dive coaster. But thank you all for watching this quick little video, and make sure to subscribe if you have not, because we're going to have tons of updates on Emperor, that brand new dive coaster coming to SeaWorld San Diego for 2020, as well as updates at Knott's, and of course West Coast Racers, and vlogs and reviews galore. But until next time, we'll see you on the next ride.